Okay, let's try again. I have unmuted and mute again. Okay, so solution is what? What is the solution for these problems? The solution is that we should have a system in which we could integrate all the softwares. Software related to HR, software related to finance, and with all the functional modules, if I could integrate all those modules at one place, then I can solve my problem. Because if I would be having integration at one particular software, so what I will be using? I will be using a centralized system in place of distributed one. In case of centralized, definitely I will be having a centralized database. So in case of centralized database, problem of duplicacy will be over. One information will be stored in one table only.
Okay.
Fine. So these are the different solutions what we are getting into ERP. So again, when I'm coming to ERP, ERP is what? Process of managing all resources and their use in the entire enterprise in a coordinated manner. In another definition, ERP is a set of integrated business applications. So we have integrated all the business application or modules at one place, the place which carry out common business functions like general ledger, accounting, order management. For example, when I am talking about sales, so sales is related to accounts. If I have integrated all the modules at one place, so whatever I am doing like sales or purchase, automatically it is stored in my accounts. If I am hiring someone in HR department, automatically information is reaching to my finance department. It's reaching to my concerned department where the person is basically allocated, where he has to work. So when I am working in a integrated business application environment, the main advantage is that I am not having any duplicacy. At one place I update the information and automatically it is reaching to all the functional modules. Fine. So ERP we are using, the main purpose is integration. Apparently we can say this is our main concept, but this is not the only concept. When I do have ERP in any of the system, then ERP is working like a boss. Everything or all the things are managed by ERP. So in ERP we have integrated modules, we have common definitions, we have common database, we update one module, automatically other modules are updated, and it is a way of doing business. So earlier we have discussed that in case of ERP, what we have to do, we have to plan our resources. So why it is beneficial? Because one resource can be used in all the applications, all the modules.
Yes.
So it is giving us the benefit of that. Whenever we are talking about ERP, a one important term which we are using is BPR, Business Process Reengineering. Normally, People are getting afraid of implementation of ERP. Reason is very simple. Once ERP is implemented in any of the organization, each and every information comes transparently. All the processes are transparent. All the informations are transparent. Suppose you are working in an organization. In the current scenario, if there is no ERP, your boss, who is reporting to his boss, can say that you are not working, although you are doing all the job. Fine, it is possible because you are reporting to him. But if there is a system, if there is ERP, in that case, whatever you are doing, everything automatically stored in a system, in an ERP. In that case, whenever he is going to his superior, his boss, he cannot say that you are not working, because his boss is eligible to see all the work what you have done. When I'm talking about ERP, in ERP, rights are given in a hierarchical model. Like the people who are using ERP, they cannot see the work of others. But in a small department, if there are 10 people and they have one team leader, then that team leader can see work of all the 10 persons. If there are 5 team leaders and one project manager, then project manager can see the work of all the 5 team leaders as well as all the team members. Suppose there are 50 team members. If in every team there are 10 team members, so that project manager can see the work of all the 50 team members and all the 5 team leaders. Fine. At the same time, the director of the department can see, if there are suppose 3 project managers, he can see the work of all the 3 project managers. And ERP is working in a manner in which everything is calculated automatically. For example, at last, whenever there is appraisal of a person, in that case, HR manager is not calling your boss. Why? Because everything is transparent. Everything is there in your system. Because when we are talking about a system, we have to set rules also. Suppose you are working in a marketing profession, as a marketing professional, when you are going to your client and client is asking for quotation, and suppose quotation is not in your prerogative, then you will ask to your boss. So as you will send a request to your boss, it will be recorded. And if there is a law, there is an order that within 5 minutes your boss has to reply back. Fine, then he has to reply in 5 minutes. And if he is not replying in 5 minutes, or in whatever time he is replying, that will again be stored in the system. And because of his mistake, if you are losing contract, then it will also be stored. And at the time of the appraisal, this thing will come automatically out. And it will be calculated that because of mismanagement and because of the mismanagement of a particular employee, how much profit and how much loss is incurred. Are you getting the point? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So have you understood?
I couldn't understand the last sentence.
See, when contract is loosened because of your boss negligence, so at the time of appraisal, ERP can predict, and ERP can give the detail, the profit and loss because of a single person. If you have gone to 5 of your client and out of 5 of the client, you got order of 3, fine, and 2 of the orders are withdrawal because of your boss, then it's not a negative impact on you, but it is a negative impact of your boss. And at the end of the day, means when you are getting appraisal after 1 year, so many times what happened, like in Indian type of the associations or organizations, you have worked very hard for 10 months and unfortunately you were not able to work for 2 months, then you are not getting good appraisal. And you didn't work for 10 months, but at last, in the last 2 months, if you have worked hard, then you are getting good appraisal.
Pramod, I'm really sorry to say, but your voice is breaking constantly. Oh, shoot.
Can you check the setting at your place? Is there any problem? Because I'm getting your voice, that time I'm not getting any breaking.
What do you want me to do?
Go to meeting.
Yeah.
Everything is activated or something is deactivated also?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, microphone, yeah, everything is fine, I believe. I can see.
Okay. Okay, let's see, otherwise I will talk to Shiva that what problem is there. So these are the different benefits what we are getting through ERP. Now, when I'm talking about ERP, these are the different players in ERP like SAP, Oracle, PeopleSoft, Siebel, Microsoft Dynamics, JD Edwards. All these are different players like Salesforce. But SAP and Oracle, they are having 40% of the market share. And
Yeah.
all other are into rest 20%. Fine. Now Oracle is getting some edge on SAP. Oracle is getting good business now. Because of database also. Oracle is having monopoly in its database, Oracle database. Oracle database is having monopoly. Even SAP is using Oracle database. Oracle is a US based company while SAP is a German company. Fine. So these are the different vendors what we do have for ERP. Okay, let me start with ERP. This is my login screen.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Yes. Then I'm getting home page of Oracle apps. Home page is having all the modules. These all are modules having option of everything. Oracle is providing thousands of the modules. What we have to purchase as per our requirement. Suppose I select one of the portion, that one. See, all these modules are known as responsibility. All the modules or functions are known as responsibility. The term responsibility is coming from, like if I am talking about an employee, then employee is responsible to work as per his job description. Fine. So from there we are getting this term responsibility. So what responsibility is doing? By using this responsibility, we will assign a particular user, or we can restrict to a particular user. Like I told you, if I have 10 team members, so definitely their work is distributed. In that case, every team member is able to see only his screen. Suppose one is giving and doing entry, then he can get a screen only in which he can entry. If other one is doing some editing, then he can check the editing only. He can do the editing only. He cannot insert the new values. Fine. So we can restrict the user as per his responsibility. Whenever I click on any of the responsibilities, suppose I am going to system administrator and system administrator, click on system administrator. As you select this particular responsibility, in the center window, it's having three parts: left window, center window, and right window. In left window, I have all the responsibility, and whatever responsibility I select, I am getting option of that responsibility in my central window. This right window, as I am working with a practice session, is not able to show you anything, but otherwise it is containing the favorite files, the files normally what I use. So it have only 10 to 20 files. When I am talking about this particular screen in center window, all these are the options related to system administrator. And you can see I am getting two type of icon. This is icon and this one is icon. Fine. So this icon, like it is showing like a text file, and this icon is like a, you can see table inside this text box. Fine. So this icon is known as report, and this icon is known as form. So by having a look on icon, you can verify which one is a report and which one is a form. Fine. Any confusion?
No.
No? What is the difference between report and form? Just tell me.
Report is like nothing but we have like it's data that is maintained in the forms of tables and columns. It looks pretty easy, but in the form it's like text. Is that right?
No. When you are talking about form, Forms are basically interactive. Interactive means there is mentioned name, father name, address. So I can enter values. I can change them. Fine. Like with the name. Initially I enter Amit. Then I feel no, it's wrong. Then I can change it and I can make Akash in place of Amit. I will press OK. Then I'm getting some message. I'm getting another screen. So these are interactive. But when I'm talking about report, these are consolidated information. Like I want to see like who are the okay, suppose I'm talking about the weekly report, monthly report. So those are reports because those are consolidated information. Like I want to see the users, for example. So I can go for a report and I can see whether I can see the report users if I'm talking about. So like here I do have users. If I click on define, when I click on define, it is a form. Whenever you click any of the option in a responsibility, in navigation window of that responsibility is opened. What is the navigation window? This is the navigation window. See, you can read it. Navigator of system administrator. In the same way, if you click on some other responsibility, then you will find navigation window of that responsibility. This is a form. In this form, I can enter username. Like I enter this, I change it, I enter something else. Again I change it, I can do something else. So interactive. Fine, we can change. But if I want a report, suppose I go to view, request. How to see the report? For that I will go to view, then request. Here, submit a new request. Single request I want to run. And suppose here, I want to run the report of like users. Let me find what are the different reports related to users. We have active users, active responsibility and users. Fine. Suppose I say okay. So I want to run this particular report, submit. When I'm submitting, I will get some request ID. It's executing, but definitely it's taking time. Refresh. Again it's running. It means it's taking time. Refresh again. It will be getting around 6,000 of the user's name. So that's why it is responding slow, because it has to find out who are the different users and what are the responsibilities assigned to them.
Mm-hmm.
Let it work. Till the time, let me show you how to create a user. Suppose I want to create a user. Username is Vamsi, VAMSI. Password. When I am entering password, that time it is asking twice. Like my password is thanks. When I press tab, it will come again for the repetition of the password, so that it could check whether right password is entered or not. Now it is asking description. Okay, admin user. Fine. Now it is asking password expiration. When I'm talking about password expiration, so password which be expired, suppose I'm talking about days. If I enter 3, then password will expire in 3 days. It doesn't matter how many times you have logged in and logged out. Yet your validity is only 3 days. Suppose I am using Access. In case of accesses, suppose I enter 5, then this user is eligible to access or to enter the password 5 times.
Yeah.
These 5 times can be in a single day, it can be in a month, it can be in a year. Fine. So that is number
Mm-hmm.
of accesses. If you are using none, none means what? None means, okay, you have not given any restriction. At the same time, when you are talking about effective dates are 10th of November 2014. 2. Suppose this particular user is a contractual employee and contract is for 3 months. So in place of checking after 3 months that he should not be able to work, what you can do is 10th of November. 3 months will end in December, January, February. So you can enter 9th of Feb 9th of Feb 2014, then automatically at 12 PM night on 9th of Feb he will not be able to login.
Yeah.
Fine. So we can restrict the user. Now what these are? Person, customer, supplier. As I told you, we are migrating data from a old system to the new one. So we can migrate customer, user and supplier. Person, customer and supplier. When I am talking about person, what is person? Person is related to employee. All the employees are treated as person, sub customer or all the registered customer, in the same way supplier. We can finalize, because when I am talking about vendor, so vendor is also the part of my ERP. Customer is also the part of my ERP. Fine. So we can choose if we have information. Email, fax, we can enter. Now we are coming to responsibility. Okay, before that let me check whether our report is now come to responsibility, because that is taking time. When I'm talking about responsibility, now responsibility, I have to decide that this particular user will be able to work in which particular profile. For example, suppose Vamsi as a user is able to work as HR manager. Fine. So percent and HRMS. Whenever I want to find some information, how to do? I have to write percent, then the data, and then click on find. So I'm getting this HRMS manager and all. Suppose I selected this HRMS manager or ABC HRMS, whatever. We should have the data that what we are going to assign. Suppose I have taken ABC HRMS. Okay. Save it. So what I did, I have created a user with the name Vamsi. I have given the password thanks, and I have given a responsibility, that is ABC HRMS. Fine, Vamsi? Okay. So now close it. File, close, exit Oracle application. Okay. So I have come to home screen, home page. Now log out and log in with the new user. What is the username?
Vamsi.
Vamsi. Okay. Now password. Password is thanks.
Thanks.
Important. Yeah, I have given thanks password. Now important point is, whenever user is logging in first time, Oracle apps will bound you to change the password. As you are saying login, it will ask to change the password. Current password is thanks. And new password, suppose I am using welcome. Submit. So you can see that this particular user is having permission only for one responsibility, ABC HRMS. Got it? So when you click on this, you can work with the whole HRMS department. So we have restricted this user to a particular responsibility. But in this responsibility, he can do everything. Fine. Let's see once that. Okay. Go back to the previous username. Log out. And again. So in which responsibility we have created user? Which responsibility we have used? System administrator. Fine. So if you want to create user, you want to create responsibility, then which responsibility is required? System administrator. Okay. Come back to this responsibility. System administrator. In system administrator, now we will create responsibility. When I'm talking about responsibility, again I will go to security. And in security, where I create user, security user. In the same way, security responsibility define. Run. So here we have to create responsibility. Okay, before starting responsibility, let's see what happened to our request. Request was for active users and responsibility. Find. So it is done. Active responsibility completed. Fine. You want to see its output, select it and click on view output. You can see this is application, responsibility and security group, username, start date and end date. So in ADS development there are so many users. We have created user. What is the username? Username is Vamsi. Fine. I want to select. Find Vamsi. Search. It's getting slow because at this particular time many of the users are working with this instance. Around 40,000, 45,000. We can scroll down and we can see that. When you will be working with this practical practice instance, what you have to do after every second day, you have to remove your local setting temporary files, because lot of temporary files are created. So many users are there. It is giving us the detail of every user, that when the user was created, how long he is working. So this is a report actually, and in this particular report I cannot make any change. Fine, but when I was talking about form, it was interactive. I could enter data. So this is the basic difference between forms and reports. In forms we are getting consolidated information, while in forms it is interactive. We can enter the data, we can submit it, and accordingly we can get the output. Okay, close it. I want to create a responsibility. Suppose the name of the responsibility is, okay, Vamsi_rest application. It is not talking about the whole system. It is talking about, okay, you want to create this responsibility. It is for which system? Suppose it is for inventory. Find. I got this. Okay. So I want to create a responsibility with the name Vamsi.responsibility. Application name is inventory. Fine. Responsibility key should be same as the responsibility name. Vamsi_rest. Now it is asking about the standard data group. Data group is basically the name of tables. What are the tables related to this responsibility? Fine. So suppose in case of inventory, I am talking about data group standard. I will explain you all the terms again. This is standard. Application should be same like inventory. So again here it should be inventory. Inventory. Fine. I have selected. Now I have to select a menu. Menu is what? Menu is having two options. First is known as function, and again second one is known as sub menu. Fine. What I'm saying I am getting a responsibility Vamsi_rest from inventory. In inventory we are saying it can access all the tables, but now what we are saying, let's see. Let's go for menu, and in menu again I am coming to inventory. Find. So related to inventory, it will show you different options. Everyone is having inventory. In inventory I want to, I can like consign inventory. Okay, so this is related to consign inventory. So this responsibility is related to consign inventory of application is inventory. Okay, we can save. Here you can find out we have two type of options available: function and menu. What is function? Function is a individual form, while form is a set of forms. Function is an individual form, while menu is a set of forms. Fine?
Mhm.
Because okay, fine. Suppose I am not taking anything right now. Let me ask, okay, what you want to take. Suppose I am saying this one. Okay. Again, further I will explain you properly, because this is the most important part of a technical consultant when I'm talking about responsibility. Save it. So my responsibility name is Vamsi underscore res. Now what I'm doing, I'm going back to security, and in security I have users. In user I have define. Click on define. So first of all I will find my username. So whenever I want to find, here I do have toolbar. This toolbar is having plus, means you want to create new. This is fine. Click on find. When you click on find, it is asking for the user percent, and my username was Vamsi, VAMSI. Enter. Okay, find. So I have my username Vamsi. Okay. So it's my username. Okay. I have this one ABCHRMS. If I want to do what, I want to remove it. I don't want that it should be activated. So for that I have to do some different options. I will tell you tomorrow what to do. Right now I want to give a responsibility name. So responsibility, what I have created is Vamsi underscore responsibility. So I can search percent VAMSI. Find. I got it. Vamsi underscore resp. Okay.
Mhm.
So I have given him the permission for this particular responsibility. I will tell you tomorrow that how we can remove this particular responsibility if by mistaken we have given. But the important is I have created a responsibility and I have given him permission for that particular responsibility. Save it and
So
close
for
this
now,
application.
the Vamshi user has he has the two responsibilities. One is
Yes,
ABS, ABC, HRMS, and Vamshi responsibility.
yes, definitely. It is saved, and what we can do now, we can close. And then what can I do? Again, I can log out. I'm coming here, and then log out is there. Now Vamsi and password was welcome. Enter. So now you can see it's having permission for 2 responsibilities. So if you want to see what is there in Vamsi responsibility, click on that. So in Vamsi responsibility, it is related to one particular form only. That's it, nothing else. Fine. It is related to supplier site, organization item. So it is having option only for one. So in place of that, suppose if I am not giving him permission, of ABC underscore the permission whatever we are giving, in that case this user can work only with this form. Suppose I am not giving him permission for this ABCHRMS. Fine, I withdraw it. In that case, this particular user can work only with one form. That's it. So we have restricted this user to a particular form. Fine.
Yeah, because we can only work with one form because we have given view function, not menu. Is it right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely right. So now again what we will do, we will discuss responsibility in detail tomorrow. It's sufficient for today, but tomorrow we will start responsibility because responsibility is a long topic. So tomorrow I will start it again. Fine.
Yeah. Once again, Pramod, under what category this come? I mean, like, is it comes under functional category or is it
See,
comes
it
from
is common.
technical?
Everybody has to learn these, whether it is functional or it is technical. Everybody has to learn it. Fine. That's why initially I am taking the topic which are beneficial for all.
Okay.
Everybody should learn it.
Okay.
Fine. Meanwhile, I will ask, okay, for what, whether it will go to the functional side or technical side, that we will decide. But initial
Okay.
classes will be common.
Okay.
Yes, any question?
Yeah, that's okay. That's it for today. And could you help me to resolve this problem with the SQL?
Tomorrow I will do that. Fine.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's already 12:10 in my work, and tomorrow morning I have to take session at 5 o'clock. So
Okay.
I will do it tomorrow. Fine.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. We will meet tomorrow. Okay.